Hello tool friends, hope everybody is doing well. My name is Dan and welcome to Timeless Tools. So in front of you today, I thought I would talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that is vintage and small tape measures. Well, not one of my favorite subjects, but one of the things that I really like. So this is an old tape measure, most likely from the 60s, I'm not really quite sure, that I carry with me daily. It helps me when I'm at the range, measuring groups, hardware store, whatever. Now, what I like about this one, besides the fact that it's made in the USA and a quality piece, is A, I can take it down and clean it, which is important, oil it to keep it functioning well. And B, because I'm in Canada and late 40s, pushing 50, I grew up with kind of a mixture of the metric system and the imperial measurements. So I'm very comfortable using both, and in a lot of situations I use both. And so as much as I love vintage tools and tape measures, for instance, it's difficult to find one that's not imperial only. So this beauty right here, which is, if it'll focus, Globemaster, white face, 12 foot, just a beauty little guy. But what's cool about this one is it is in metric and imperial. Now you can see right here, it is a Lufkin branded tape in excellent condition. The enameling is wonderful, super clear. And Lufkin's got some great history, back to 1869. Of course, it's not owned by them anymore. It's owned by a gigantic corporation nowadays, but a very high quality piece for sure. Now, what are the disadvantages of something like this? Well, the disadvantage, I would say, is this cast zinc alloy case, I would say, very roughly chrome plated. Although it has stood up to the test of time. They don't respond well to dropping. The edge is gonna get rough as it wears. None of that really matters to me too much. I'm pretty careful with it. I don't drop it. But if you were using it in a situation where it might fall off a sawhorse or something, you would probably break it. I know I find them every once in a while at thrift stores, and they're very easy to take down with a single screw, and they have like alignment pins inside to keep the halves from spinning, and I see them broken quite often. And they're not useless, but they're not, you have to be a little bit even more careful with those. And the biggest downside to things like this is people would leave them on top of their work surface or their toolbox, and it would get rained on at the job site or whatever, and they wouldn't care for it properly. So a lot of them are fine. There's rust staining on them, and there's this kind of tobacco colored tape. When you maintain these, this is of course enamel steel, and it's quite, rust resistant, I'll say, but the end of the tape is spring steel, and that's where you get the rust from. So fortunately this one is beautiful, and I paid less than $1 for this at a thrift store, and it's been a companion of mine for a while. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. And there's certainly better alternatives nowadays, but for me, nothing beats the charm. I don't really like locking ones. I find them more annoying than anything else, and they sometimes crimp the tape. So this one's okay for me, for what I ever use it for. So anyway, I thought I'd show that to you guys. Any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And let me know if you happen to enjoy an old vintage tape measure like I do. Catch you at the next one.